Well, hi, friends. Doc South saying hey, and long ago. I don't know what got me to thinking about this today, but for some reason it did, and it's before the memory, goes, takes a nap. Let me just share it with you. As you know, long ago, I lived in Pennsylvania. Oh gosh, I was probably in my high 20s, early 30s, and I worked for a boiler company, a boiler consulting, repair, maintenance company, and in my case, I went from customer to customer, checking the water in the boiler to see if the boiler was corroding away, if there was scale building up inside the boiler, that kind of thing. And loved the job. Traveled all over the place, saw some pretty interesting things, and mostly Pennsylvania was where I was my territory, and it was cool. It was kind of neat. Well, I was in let's see, a town just west of Scranton, Pennsylvania one day along Route 6. I can't think of the exact town, but it doesn't matter. I was west of Scranton. And I was checking out this plant, had not a very big boiler. It was about the size of a minivan. Okay, so it wasn't much going on. Still, it needed to be running right. I think they used the steam for heat more than anything, and maybe to clean, oils and stuff off their tools. Yeah, steam cleaning and that kind of thing. And I'm checking the boiler, testing the water, and I'm looking over my shoulder at this guy, and I said, "My God, look at that! They got what these people made was they made these very precise. What would you call it? I'm trying to think. Basically, a long, rolling tube of steel is generally what they made. It would be more like a shaft of steel, because I don't believe these were hollow inside. They were solid tubes made of, again, the best quality steel they could find. So these were like stainless steel tubes. These tubes would then be fitted to become drive shafts on ships. Mostly that's where these tubes went. When they were done, they went off to the shipyards very carefully. Okay, these had to be exactly precise. In other words, if a tube somewhere in the middle had a buckle in it, if it had a little bit of a buckle, or maybe in the process, maybe it was a little out of round on one place or another on the along its length. Well, at the speeds and with the momentum, it would roll or turn, say, the ship's screws. Okay, it would cause vibration that would eventually cause damage in the ship. If nothing else, it'd drive you nuts. The ship's moving through the seas, and you're feeling yeah, like as the thing's turning. Okay, drive you. Yeah, crew would go nuts. They'd mutiny, right? And so these things had to be perfectly. They had to be perfect. They had to be no fluctuations in them. Okay, you had to count on them to be just right. Well, that meant that people had to check them over rather well. And one day while I'm there fixing, working on the boiler, looking it over, I look over and there's a guy. He was almost as if he was on almost like a stage, and the stage had various bearing pods on it. And what they had done was they had, with an overhead crane, they dropped this long, large tube down onto the rollers. Okay, and the rollers were fairly spread apart, and there was a way, they had some attachment or some coupling on one end of the shaft, and they were turning it. It was somehow, yeah, the shaft was turning. And there was a scientist, a guy, he's in a lab coat. So he was a technician of some sort, and he's out along the length of the shaft with these various instruments, just looking and saying, wait a minute, hey, And he's running it along the shaft, and he's, hold it, right there. Okay, slow. 1 revolution per minute. Let me look here. Oh, yeah. Okay, now faster. Faster, faster. Yeah, okay. Yeah, get it up to 20 RPMs, which, if it was a ship screw, I guess it'd be pretty darn fast, I guess. And, oh, crud, he says, okay, stop it. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, over, an inch. No, back a half an inch. Okay, right there. Everyone hold still. And he'd get out a ball peen hammer and he'd go ding with the hammer. Okay, turn it again. Perfect. We got it. Guys, we got it. Okay, let me move down about 5 feet. Let's see how it's doing down here. Oh, crud, it's really out. Okay, bring it back 180. Okay, hold on. And he's got his hammer again. Ka-zing, like that. And, okay, we got it. Okay. And then one where he says, crate it up, ship it. It's okay. And he says, wow. And he's like, I'm thinking, what? He's straightening out, the shaft's crooked. Again, it's like 1.5 foot solid stainless steel. And he's straightening it with a bing like that. You got to be kidding. I go back to my boss down in Williamsport. I said, Charlie, you should have seen these guys. Man, what a con job. They're taking a shaft. He says, what, they're rolling it? They had a shaft? Yeah, it was going to be for a ship. And they're straightening it with a ball peen hammer. Bing, like that. And they hit it like it wouldn't even hurt me. See, nothing. He says, well, I don't doubt it wouldn't hurt you. You got rocks in your head. But he says, no. He says, actually, those guys were very smart. What was it off by? He said, was it off by like 3 or 4 inches? I said, no, it was just a few thousandths of an inch. Well, he said that would create vibration on the ship. That wouldn't be good. He says, so what you do? He found this fellow must know his stuff. He finds the right spot to hit it with a little bing, and the crystalline structure of the steel alters just enough to bring it into line. And usually 1,000th of an inch is about all you get doing that. He must have been off by a 1,000th or 2. Did you? I said, he did say something about 1,000th. I figured that was just what they were paying him per hour. He said, well, that's what he's worth per hour, but no, I doubt they're paying him that. But yeah, he was straightening the shaft, believe it or not. And then they're going to take it down carefully to the shipyards. They'll install it, and he'll have to go back down there and probably have to ding it again. I'll be daggum. You're kidding. He says, no, that's how it is. Things got to be precise sometimes. I said, well, I'll be daggum. He said, well, that's how it is. That's steel for you. He said, it's great stuff, but you got to watch it. Yeah. Anyway, friends, I just thought you'd like that. Sometimes when you got a big job to do, maybe bring the little hammer. Huh? You never know. Might just do the trick. I'll see you later. God bless.